Hi, this is Muse. One of the things I'm trying to work out is how to have the energy that I would have in person while taping. Most of my career, though, I have done a lot of training. I've stood in front of over 50,000 people, plus probably 65,000, I think was the last count, where we've done programs and facilitated programs. So I'm not necessarily shy in front of people, but doing this camera is very different. And I felt that way. I've done theater performances. I've been a theater kid most of my life. I come from a long line of theater family. And if anyone wondered, yes, Muse is my name. It's not a, a pen name or a change name, that would be nothing wrong with that either. But this is our family tradition, a family name. And uh, it just shocks me that when doing a YouTube channel, it actually feels so awkward, but I've been like that. I couldn't cross over to commercials and television or film because I tend to like to be behind the camera. We had a TV show called Zach Z and Co. And I helped do the writing and producing. It's very hard for me to be in front of the camera, but I really feel driven to want to share the works and the experiences. Um, and my understanding of what I used to do in larger groups, but to be able to bring it to this channel to reach whomever feels that it resonates for them. So, wanted to just give you a little bit of background as anyone who's been brave enough. And I really want to thank you to have watched the videos that have been watched. You've seen me go through some awkwardness because I am getting used to being on camera, working out lighting. Today, the lighting made it look a little brighter. So I'm working out some lighting things. And it's really funny because my favorite YouTubers, they often were saying that, like, oh, my lighting, the camera. And I'd be like, okay, you look great. You're doing fine. Now here I am going, so I'm working on my lighting and I'm working on my camera. Like I'm trying to get used to it. So again, appreciation for your understanding. And for those that have watched the videos, appreciation for your time. So I wanted to read from the Tao Te Ching. As you know, this particular journey, probably for the rest of this month, I'll be tying in cybersecurity into the readings and pointings of this particular Lao Tzu teaching. Pacifying the agitated material soul. Pacifying the agitated material soul and holding to oneness. Are you able to avoid separation? Focusing your energy on the release of tension? Can you be like an infant in purifying your insights? Can you under obstruct it? Loving the people and ruling the state? Can you avoid over manipulation and opening and closing the gate of heaven? Can you be the female and illuminating the whole universe? Can you be free of rationality? Give birth to it and nourish it. Produce it, but don't possess it. Act without expectations. Excel, but don't take charge. This is called mysterious virtue. Wow. Okay. So this is I just opened the book and this is what opened up. This is exactly what I was talking about and what I've been talking about and how I've approached cybersecurity and when training and working with people. Because let me read through it and highlight again what this is saying here. So, pacifying the agitated material soul, holding to oneness. Let's start with that. And the first question is, are you able to avoid separation? So the question is, can we approach this this precedence of, you know, I want to say really unestablished precedents of staying safe online, of, I get so serious about this. I know my face looks really tense, but I'm actually enjoying this. So let me try to get that across here. Um, can we avoid separation? All right. Separation is there is no IT department that's responsible for this. There is no government that can just take control of all. There's no billionaire that's going to answer our questions. There are no, it is us, each one of us. If you approach cybersecurity like a consciousness, like the united consciousness, like source energy has gifted us something, and we should take care of it, not see it as separate. Like going online and purchasing something on Amazon does not separate you from being aware and conscious of what you're doing online, paying attention to your URL, to links, to who you're doing business with. Doesn't mean being paranoid. Just know it's not separate. So the next one says focusing your energy on the realized tension. This is the situation. When you focus your energy on on the release, the release of tension. That's a completely different sentence. Apologies for that. Can you be like an infant, which means every time you go after something new, even if it's a website you've been on forever, even it's something that your phone app that you've had forever and you've agreed to the terms and conditions like years ago, can you approach it like an infant? My suggestion would be schedule a time, particularly as a family, schedule a time every, let's, even if it's every 6 months at least, where you and your family sit down, have a good meal together, and pull out your devices and apps. Have a term and condition party with friends. I mean, read through this. Approach it like it's new, like you're new, not like you already know all of this. You don't need them to tell you about it. I know this. Approach it like an infant, like it's new to you. And Buddhists would say, empty your cup, like empty it so someone can fill it with information. And purifying, are you able to, in purifying your insight, next one. In purifying your insight, question is, can you unobstruct it? That's ah. In purifying your insight, can you unobstruct it? I mean, can you? Can you stop getting in your own way? Can you stop believing that somehow some pin testing software is going to be the answer? It's always going to come back to us. There's no separation between us and the solution, the problem and the solution. There's no separating between what we're trying to do. Next one. There seems to be a little delay on the camera, so I'll find out shortly how that'll work. Loving the people and ruling the state. Powerful one here. Can you avoid over manipulation? Now, that one will go out to different groups that we put our trust in. And it's really important to see. So far, in my humble opinion, most situations right now are over manipulating. And that's where the danger lies, because it creates this ideal of separation. It creates this idea that once you've agreed to something, it's good. I'm again going to go back to a lot of facts that companies and governments are closing offices where you'd have direct one-on-one information. I'd like to see more laws that require companies that, especially once you start making billions off of people, that you still have a helpline. I'm going to do a shout out for Wix right now. You still can reach people in Wix 24/7. You can still build, pay, and you pay money. And you still can get on the phone and say, I need someone to hold my hand through this, or explain this condition, term and condition to me. Or how do I stay safe with this app? And what are my other options if I don't want this plugin? There's still a contact to guide you, not a website. Websites are not designed to answer all, and frequently asked questions are not the answer. And AI definitely is not the answer to helping people feel they have a service for what they're investing in. And what I'd like to know, here's a question. Shouldn't every business tell us how much money they make off of us by gathering our data and cookies? I'm just asking a question. Hmm? Shouldn't they? Hmm? Shouldn't we know what we're worth? And maybe some of them should give us a little kickback on that. If you're going to make that much money on me, I tell you what, a lot of third world countries, they may not be able to have water and electricity all the time. But it's very fascinating how they manage to get the phones in their hands. Just saying. A little observation. Okay, so the next one is opening and closing the gate of heaven. That's the statement. Now, here's the question: can you be female? Okay, the Tao was saying this. I'm saying feminine energy. Okay, can we put in the feminine? The divine feminine is a part of creation. Again, not gender, not sexual preference. The divine feminine. It is a part of creation. So, can we do this and incorporate the divine feminine? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We can. All right. All of us have the ability to do this. In illuminating the whole universe, can you be free of rationality? And here's the thing: some things come across, they look so logical. They look like, oh, that makes sense. But in reality, it will distract you. It's definitely the dog wagging the tail. All right. Or, excuse me, the tail wagging the dog. I do apologize now. It's the tail wagging the dog. All right. We need to approach this with an understanding. Go back to the infancy. Again, right now, I'm going to encourage everyone. Here's the message, the cybersecurity takeaway from today. Have a terms and condition party. Include your kids and friends. Have a party, read through it, make it fun, make it sexy, make it happening. Do whatever you have to do. So you begin to explore it, not just say yes. Don't just say yes. You're worth something. Your information is worth something. Don't just say yes. All right. So the last in wrapping that up, give birth to it and nourish it. Produce it, but don't possess it. Act without expectations. I love this. Excel, but don't take charge. That is called mysterious virtue. Well, friends, I really, really hope that this reading today, and you're seeing that tie in, that I'm using sacred text, and of course, December we'll be reading from the Tao. Um, the the real focus here is to get your heart reset your heart to know that you have the right to stay safe, to be cherished, nurtured, and to really thrive when you're online and when your family's online and when your customers are online. It's a part of your divine right. All right. Stay blessed. Thank you so much for your time again. Mahalo.